The circus continues to roll into various towns in Britain at this time of year, but increasingly it does so without the lions and tigers, which were once synonymous with it. In fact, a total ban on the use of wild animals in circuses is on the way, at least in England. The Agriculture Minister, David Heath, said he hoped that in the meantime circus owners would be arranging suitable care for their charges. Natasha Breed, who lives in Kenya and regularly films lions and other wildlife there, welcomes these moves, but is shocked that in some parts of Europe the days of performing animals aren't over yet.
At the southern tip of Normandy lies the Parc Naturel du Perche, a picturesque patchwork of French countryside, seamed by winding streams and ramblers' footpaths, quilted with extensive forests and dotted with farms and orchards. Known for its tall Norman barns, local cider, and the sturdy Percheron draft horses used to pull heavy loads, it's a bucolic setting, very different from the savannas of Kenya that I'm used to. Yet here I am, in the middle of the Perche, and less than 10 metres away is an adult lion. He's about 4 years old, with a thick blonde mane and a nose that's still a youthful pale pink. And he's lying like a sphinx with his head up, looking at me. How many times have I seen a lion lie like this before, in the shade of a tree, gazing out lazily over the plains, or waiting expectantly as a lioness approaches to rub faces with him, in that wonderful, tactile way lions greet each other, or closing his eyes in paternal indulgence while his small cubs clamber over his hindquarters and pounce on the tassel of his tail, as his upper lip twitches into a gentle sneer. I've spent years working with wildlife film crews, following lions in Africa, and I've learnt to read the big cat's moods in their eyes. Meeting the gaze of a lion, I've experienced that stomach-lurching intuition that tells me if I make one wrong move, I'm toast. The pupils dilate, and the gaze becomes 100% focused. And suddenly I've felt what it might be like to be a wildebeest, coming face to face with his nemesis. But this lion's eyes barely flicker as I approach him. There's no gleam of interest, no unwavering intent, no spark of fun. Usually for any cat, a moving target is always going to be fun to chase, whether it ends in a meal or not. He's not even wary of me, as any self-respecting lion in Africa has learnt to be when a human approaches on foot. This animal is weary, dispirited, and something I've never seen before. He's bored. I'd been driving to the local market town when I noticed the circus. Across a busy road, a McDonald's, a car wash and a DIY centre face a sprawling, disused supermarket allotment. But today, a huge candy-striped big top and a semicircle of trailers arranged around the car park of the abandoned store. Some of the trailers have barred sides, and I glimpse the familiar form of a lion standing in one of the cages. Then I notice the roadside posters, on street lamps, bus shelters and litter bins. Beneath the headline, "Visit the Zoo," white tigers and lions leap through rings of fire or pose majestically for their portraits. I read that the circus will be in town for 5 days. I park, cross the road and approach the circus. A man is uncoupling a trailer from a truck, and I ask if I can walk around. Squinting at me through a curl of blue smoke from the cigarette clamped between his lips, he nods. 4 shaggy Bactrian camels stand in a roped-off area of tarmac. No grass, no trees, just white lines where shoppers once parked, and a single lamppost casting a narrow shadow, below which, pitiably, the camels have congregated. Beyond is another trailer with more lions and tigers in it. Yes, there are white ones there. The 2 by 12 metre carriage, partitioned into stalls, holds at least 6 big cats. Some sleep, others sit or stand up, staring out at passing traffic and pedestrians, with dull eyes. How many big cats, elephants, and other animals watch the world through the bars of cages, without ever having known the infinity of wilderness, knowing instead the blurred scenery of tarred roads as they travel in gaudy procession from town to town, the frightening, flickering flames of fire as they leap, night after night, through burning rings, or dance or perform headstands to the crack of whips and the clamour of applause, the tedium of their dreadful prisons, and the hopeless monotony of interminable exile.
That's Natasha Breed.